Good morning everyone. Today in this session I am going to discuss regarding the sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid, it is known as oil of vitriol. Since sulfuric acid was extracted from the distillation of green vitriol, it has been arrived as a name as oil of vitriol. Green vitriol means formula is FeSO4 7 moles of water is known as green vitriol. Since sulfuric acid was extracted from green vitriol, it was commonly known as oil of vitriol. Let us study regarding the manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact process. So, first in manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact process, first is the sulfur burner chamber in which the sulfur is placed. Either we can take sulfur or iron pyrides, that is FeS2. Sulfur, it is burnt in presence of air to form sulfur dioxide. Either sulfur or FeS2 iron pyrides. Iron pyrides, it is burnt in presence of air. On roasting, it is converted into sulfur dioxide. If you see the step 1 here, in the sulfur burner, sulfur, it is burnt in presence of air to form sulfur dioxide gas. Either sulfur or if I take iron pyrides FeS2, it is burnt in presence of air, that is on roasting we get sulfur dioxide and Fe2O3. Fe2O3 is solid, sulfur dioxide it is a gas. This is the first step. Step 1 is sulfur or iron pyrides, they are burnt in presence of air to form sulfur dioxide. Along with sulfur dioxide, here since in air oxygen is present, it contains oxygen, and this sulfur dioxide obtained, it is not completely pure, it is impure. We have to remove the impurities. The obtained sulfur dioxide along with the oxygen, it is passed into a dust precipitator. The role of dust precipitator is it removes the dust particle which are present along with sulfur dioxide. It precipitates the dust. In this way, dust particles are removed in the dust precipitator. Now, the sulfur dioxide and oxygen, they are passed into a washing and cooling tower. The word itself indicates washing and cooling. Here we have to spray the water from the top of the tower. When the sulfur dioxide and oxygen, impure sulfur dioxide and oxygen passes into this washing tower, since the water is sprayed from the top of the tower, if some of the impurities, if they are soluble in water, water soluble impurities, they get completely soluble in water and they are collected at the bottom in the form of a waste water. In this way, the soluble impurities, water soluble impurities are removed in washing and cooling tower. Now, the sulfur dioxide along with the oxygen, it is passed into a drying tower. Since in the washing tower we have sprayed the water, some moisture is present, we have to remove the moisture present. Now, the sulfur dioxide along with the oxygen, it is passed into a drying tower. You know that sulfuric acid acts as a dehydrating agent. The concentrated sulfuric acid, it is sprayed from the top of the tower. The concentrated sulfuric acid, it absorbs the moisture which is present in the air. It absorbs the moisture and the waste acid, it is removed at the bottom of the drying tower. In this way, the moisture is removed in the drying tower. Now, the dry sulfur dioxide along with the oxygen, completely dry sulfur dioxide along with the oxygen, it passes through the arsenic purifier. Here the arsenic purifier, it is coated with the ferric oxide. Arsenic purifier removes some of the arsenic impurities if they are present. Then the dry sulfur dioxide and oxygen now coming out from the arsenic purifier, it is free of the arsenic particles. It passes through a preheater. Now the gases are heated at a temperature of 720 Kelvin in a preheater. The sulfur dioxide and oxygen, they are heated, and the preheated the hot sulfur dioxide and oxygen, they are passed into a catalytic chamber, in which the catalyst used is vanadium pentoxide as a catalyst. The sulfur dioxide and oxygen, they gets oxidized in presence of vanadium pentoxide as a catalyst in the catalytic chamber, and it is converted into sulfur trioxide gas. Now the obtained sulfur trioxide gas, it is passed into a chamber in which the quartz is placed. Now the sulfur trioxide gets absorbed by concentrated sulfuric acid. Now the dry sulfur trioxide gas gets absorbed by concentrated sulfuric acid, and it gets converted into oleum. Oleum is H2S2O7. In the last step, the oleum is obtained. The oleum, it is treated with the calculated amount of water, and we get the desired sulfuric acid as a product. We shall see here one by one step. We can write down here. The first is the sulfur reacts with, it is burns with the oxygen in presence of air to form sulfur dioxide. Either sulfur directly we can take, or iron pyrites FeS2 on roasting in presence of air, it is converted into sulfur dioxide. First step. The obtained sulfur dioxide here, step 1, this is step 1. Step 2, the sulfur dioxide reacts with oxygen in presence of vanadium pentoxide V2O5 as a catalyst to form sulfur trioxide SO3 gas. Where this takes place here, sulfur dioxide reacts with oxygen in presence of vanadium pentoxide as a catalyst to form sulfur trioxide in a catalytic chamber. Now the sulfur trioxide gets absorbed by concentrated sulfuric acid. Next is the obtained sulfur trioxide. Third step, sulfur trioxide, it is absorbed by concentrated sulfuric acid to form oleum, that is H2S2O7. The obtained oleum H2S2O7 is known as oleum. The obtained oleum, it is collected in the receiver, and it is treated with calculated amount of water. We get our desired product is concentrated sulfuric acid. In this way, the obtained concentrated sulfuric acid by contact process, it is about 96 to 98% pure. This is the manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact process. If you see once more, the first step, the sulfur burnt in presence of oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. either sulfur or we can take it as iron pyrites, that is FeS2. It is burnt in presence of air to form sulfur dioxide. The obtained sulfur dioxide, it gets oxidized in presence of vanadium pentoxide as a catalyst to form sulfur trioxide. The obtained sulfur trioxide, it is absorbed by concentrated sulfuric acid and we get the product, that is oleum. It is collected in a receiver, H2S2O7. SO3 sulfur trioxide gets absorbed by concentrated sulfuric acid to form H2S2O7 known as oleum. H2S2O7 known as oleum, it is treated with calculated amount of water to form the desired product, that is concentrated sulfuric acid. The obtained concentrated sulfuric acid by this contact process, we get 96 to 98% pure concentrated sulfuric acid. This is a method of manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact process. If you see in these steps, the main key step is the step 2, that is sulfur dioxide gets oxidized in presence of vanadium pentoxide as a catalyst to form sulfur trioxide. This is the main step. Step 2 is the main step, or it is also known as the key step. If you see the step 2, sulfur dioxide gets oxidized in presence of vanadium pentoxide as a catalyst to form sulfur trioxide. Here delta H heat liberated is minus 196 kilojoule per mole. It is a reversible process. It is exothermic process. The forward reaction here tends towards the decrease in the volume. To favor this process, we have to maintain the two conditions, that is Le Chatelier's conditions. Le Chatelier's conditions we have to maintain. What are the two Le Chatelier's conditions here we have to maintain means, first is the low temperature. We have to maintain low temperature. Here it is maintained low temperature of 720 Kelvin in a preheater, and a pressure of high pressure, we have to maintain high pressure of 2 bar is required. If we maintain the two Le Chatelier's condition for this reaction, a favorable product we can get. Two Le Chatelier's principles conditions are low temperature of 720 Kelvin and a high pressure of 2 bar is maintained. These are the two Le Chatelier's conditions we have to maintain. After this sulfuric acid, manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact process. Next comes here the physical properties of sulfuric acid. Physical properties. Physical properties. Manufacture of sulfuric acid by contact process, it is very important. In the exam you will get the either diagram or sometimes you get both the diagram as well as the reactions. In physical property, sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid, it is a colorless oily liquid. Sulfuric acid, it will be colorless oily liquid, and this sulfuric acid, it is having a specific gravity of 1.84. Sulfuric acid, it is highly corrosive in nature. If it falls on the skin, your skin start burning. Such a corrosive acid. Sulfuric acid is highly corrosive in nature. If it falls on your skin starts burning. This sulfuric acid, it is highly soluble in water, and when the sulfuric acid is soluble in water, when we add sulfuric acid here, slowly we have to add sulfuric acid to the water. The exothermic reaction takes place and the heat is liberated. A large amount of heat is liberated. While adding the sulfuric acid to the water, slowly we have to add the sulfuric acid to the water in small amounts with constant stirring. The addition of sulfuric acid to the water is an exothermic reaction. Large amount of heat is liberated. Hence, we have to add in small amounts with constant stirring. This is about the physical properties. After physical properties, next comes here the chemical properties. In chemical properties, first comes here acidic nature. Acidic nature. Sulfuric acid, when it reacts with water, it will form H3O plus. H3O plus, it is known as hydronium ion. Hydronium ion. Along with hydronium ion, here H2SO4 will split as H plus and HSO4 minus. H plus will react with water to form H3O plus and remaining is HSO4 minus. For this reaction, the K value, K, let us take it as K1, it will be always greater than 10. Higher the K value, stronger will be the acids here. The obtained HSO4 minus, when it reacts with another molecule of water, it will form as hydronium ion, H3O plus. HSO4 minus will split here. You get a hydronium ion as well as SO4 minus. For this Ka value will be, let us take it as Ka2, it is equal to 1.2 into 10 power minus 2. Among these, here in the first reaction, K value is greater. Higher the Ka value, stronger will be the acid. Hence, since its Ka value is stronger for sulfuric acid, it is a stronger acid. Second comes here reaction with the salts. Reaction with salts. If you see the nature of sulfuric acid here, it is a strong acid. It acts as an oxidizing agent, it acts as a dehydrating agent, and if you see the volatility, it is very low volatile in nature. Since sulfuric acid is very low volatile in nature, using sulfuric acid we can prepare other acids which are highly volatile in nature. So, to prepare the other acids which are highly volatile using a low volatile acid like sulfuric acid. When the sulfuric acid react with the salts like CaF2, when sulfuric acid reacts with salt like CaF2, we get here 2HF and remaining is CaSO4. HF is what? Hydrofluoric acid. Hydrofluoric acid, it is very strong acid and it is highly volatile. So, using a low volatile acid like sulfuric acid, we have prepared a high volatile acid. If I take KNO3, potassium nitrate, when it reacts with sulfuric acid, we get here K2SO4 and HNO3. K2SO4 remaining is HNO3. 2 moles of HNO3. K2SO4, 2 moles of HNO3. HNO3 is nothing but nitric acid. It is also a highly volatile acid. Using a low volatile concentrated sulfuric acid, we get the product is high volatile acids. We can prepare. Second one. Next, third comes here. The concentrated sulfuric acid. Its nature is, it is acidic in nature, strong acid. It is low volatile in nature. And the third one is, it acts as a dehydrating agent. Sulfuric acid acts as a dehydrating agent. The word itself indicates a dehydrating agent means it removes the water molecules, moisture present. So while preparing the gases, along with the gases, if moisture is present, we have to dry the gases. How we can dry? Using concentrated sulfuric acid. When the moist gases are passed through a concentrated sulfuric acid, the concentrated sulfuric acid, it absorbs the moisture and we get the dry gases. It acts as a dehydrating agent. So all the gases cannot be used here because some of the gases it react with concentrated sulfuric acid. Hence we have to use the gases which does not react with concentrated sulfuric acid can be dried here. So concentrated sulfuric acid can be used to dry the some of the gases like moist gases like chlorine, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, HCl. If these gases contain small amount of moisture, they are passed on the solution of concentrated sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid absorbs the moisture. In this way we can prepare these gases, dry gases we can prepare, dry chlorine, dry sulfur dioxide, dry carbon dioxide and dry HCl. Since these gases does not react with the concentrated sulfuric acid, it can be dried easily. After this comes next, fourth is the oxidizing action. Oxidizing action. Concentrated sulfuric acid acts as a good oxidizing agent. Concentrated sulfuric acid oxidizes both metals as well as non-metals. First with metals. Concentrated sulfuric acid when it reacts with copper. Concentrated sulfuric acid when it reacts with copper, it will form CuSO4, copper sulfate. Along with copper sulfate here, you get sulfur dioxide and water molecule. If we take lead, Pb, lead also reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid to form PbSO4, that is lead sulfate. Along with lead sulfate you get sulfur dioxide and a water molecule. This is regarding the metals. Concentrated sulfuric acid also reacts with the non-metals. It also reacts with non-metals like carbon. Carbon reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid. Carbon gets oxidized to carbon dioxide, along with that water molecule as well as sulfur dioxide is obtained. Similarly, like carbon, sulfur also gets oxidized when it reacts with sulfuric acid. Sulfur gets oxidized to sulfur dioxide. Along with sulfur dioxide here you get a water molecule. Sulfuric acid oxidizes both metals as well as the non-metals. Next comes here the property is known as the charring. The word itself indicates. Char means here we get the product as a carbon. Charring. This is very important. Whenever the concentrated sulfuric acid reacts with organic compounds. Some of the organic compounds, like if I take organic compounds like wood, paper, sugar, when organic compounds react with the concentrated sulfuric acid, you get the product as a carbon compound. You get carbon compound, and this process is known as charring. Charring means when any organic compound it reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, we get the product as a carbon compound. That is nothing but char, and the process is known as charring. Example, if I take one sucrose C12H22O11, it is known as sucrose. Sucrose when reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid. Sucrose when reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid. Here concentrated sulfuric acid, it is converted into carbon. You get carbon and water molecule. This process is known as charring. Last in this comes here the uses of the concentrated sulfuric acid. Uses of concentrated sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid, first use is, it is used as a dehydrating agent. It removes the moisture, hence it acts as a dehydrating agent. It is used as a dehydrating agent. It is used as an oxidizing agent. Dehydrating agent, oxidizing agent. It is used in the purification, refining of petroleum. It is used in refining of petroleum. Concentrated sulfuric acid, it is used in the pigments, manufacture of pigments. Pigments are nothing but coloring compounds. Paints, pigments, paints, dye stuff. Concentrated sulfuric acid, it is used in the detergent industries. It is used in detergent industries. Concentrated sulfuric acid, it is used in the manufacture of fertilizers. Fertilizers like ammonium phosphate, ammonium sulfate, another is superphosphate of lime. Superphosphate of lime. Superphosphate of lime. Sulfuric acid, it is used in the cleaning of metals. We call it as pickling of metals. Pickling, or also it is known as cleaning. And these metals, after cleaning using concentrated sulfuric acid, they are used for galvanizing as well as for the electroplating. So before electroplating or galvanizing, we have to clean the metals. To clean the metals, the process is known as pickling. We have to clean the metals using concentrated sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid, it is used in the manufacture of nitrocellulose. It is used in the manufacture of nitrocellulose. Concentrated sulfuric acid, it is commonly used as a laboratory reagent. It is used as laboratory reagent. Concentrated sulfuric acid, it is also used in lead storage batteries. They are used in lead storage batteries. These are the uses of concentrated sulfuric acid. Thank you.